Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to a new series on my channel which is going to be all about building, but it's Disney themed and it's going to be Disney tiny houses, and today we're starting with Tangled. So I'm doing sort of the tower from Tangled but as a tiny house, so I'm kind of being inspired by the top part of that tower and I'm building it as a tiny little house. It's definitely inspired. It's not an exact copy of what it is. I didn't even have the purple color for the roof. I think it would have looked a lot better if I did have a purple color for the roof, but I don't. So I stuck with pink or something. I don't know. You can see in the thumbnail. But I just thought this would be fun and just a different way to create some stuff that I haven't yet. I kind of just made it like different shapes and had like towers on top, like the roofs are weird and different, and then I had like lots of flowers everywhere. That's kind of what I did. And I'm only doing the exterior today. I might be doing another build video on the interior, but I'm not sure yet. I tried to do the interior, but I kind of got stuck and then I ran out of time because I'm really busy. So let's talk about that for a second. Usually there would be a Hamilton video up now, I guess, today, but I'm moving that to tomorrow because I'm further ahead with this video than I am with the Hamilton one. I like literally have to record everything for that one, so I'm uploading this one today, and then tomorrow or the day after, so Saturday or Sunday, I'm uploading the second Hamilton Let's Play video of the week, and that's going to be it for this week since I have auditions coming up on Monday, Friday, and the Monday after that, and those are pretty important auditions for music school stuff, and I have a lot of things to learn about music theory, and also like I need to sing and stuff, and yeah, so I need to rehearse and there's lots of stuff to do and I'm kind of stressed out about it, so this is all you're getting this week. It's still 4 videos. I think that's a pretty good amount for someone who literally has 3 auditions coming up and is very stressed about it. And since I am doing music-related stuff really soon, I thought I'd also tell a music-related disaster story. I told one earlier, I'm not sure in which video I did that, but it was about a performance, and today I am continuing that series, sort of, with another disaster story about a performance, and this is about the absolute final performance that I did at school. So it was my final grade, it was the most important one, and it was like a really big thing, and the assignment was to perform a original song, and that shouldn't be a problem for me because I have written a lot of original songs. I even want to get into songwriting, and I'm doing auditions for like songwriting courses, and so I in my mind I was kind of like, okay, so this is really like my thing. This is really important because, you know, people know that I write songs, so they have like really high expectations, and I was just kind of excited to do my own thing this time and really get to do, you know, really get to decide what I wanted to show. And so I decided on a song. I had a couple that I was deciding between, but I decided on one, and then I came up with the entire like band idea. My teacher said that I really liked the idea of a full band with this one, like drums and bass and everything. I didn't really want that, to be honest. Like, I sort of see my music being more of like an acoustic setting. I don't know. I really like just guitar and, you know, just like not too much going on. But he said that he really wanted a full band, so I just kind of went with it because he was giving me my grades, so, you know, I kind of had to listen to him. He was like the sort of person who's always like, yeah, do your own thing, and then he gives suggestions, and then he's like, no, do my thing. Like, he always said, do your own thing, but he never actually meant it. So I just went along with whatever he said. I came up with a plan that I liked. It was sort of like in the middle of like full band, and I don't know, he didn't really understand what my song was about. I think I have a lot of songs that sound really happy. You know, the new Paramore album, it sounds really happy and it sounds really hopeful, and then you listen to the lyrics and it's like, oh my god, this is so depressing. That's kind of my music too, in a sense. Like, all my music sounds kind of like happy, and sometimes I even play with my ukulele and it's like, yay, everything is good, and then you listen to the lyrics and it's not. And I don't think you really understand what it was about, which we'll get to later. But I did the full band thing, and then the day of the performance, I had my whole band get together. We had like a final rehearsal, and before we did that, this was like 5 hours before the final performance. my drummer came up to me and he was like, I'm going to quit. Which was great, because now I had 5 hours until my performance. And he did get me another drummer, which was great. Like, thank you, at least that's something. But it's still really not okay to, like, quit on the day off. But he was, like, really stressed or something, and he didn't want to do it. So, okay, that's fine, I can make him. He got me another drummer, but he had never heard my song before. So I had to tell him what to do in like a really, really short time, and then he never heard the song before, so it's really hard to like play along. And I didn't really have that much time left. So that was the first thing that went wrong, and really, like, that was the only thing that wasn't my fault. The other things you can debate that it was my fault, but my bass player also came up to me like right before the final rehearsal and was like, "What did I need to do again? I forgot." Which was also great, like, and I guess, you know, that might have been my fault, because maybe we needed to rehearse more. We rehearsed once, but it was a really easy song to play along with, and she wrote it down, and it went great. Like, we did it a couple of times, and it was great, and they didn't really have that much time, so I was like, well, I mean, if everything is good, the teacher listened to it, he thought it was great, he gave some suggestions, we did that, and like, never made a mistake. It was like, okay, well, I mean, if everything is going okay, maybe we rehearsed like twice or something, and every single time they played like everything correctly, but on the day of, she came up to me and was like, I don't know what to do anymore. And I'm not a bass player, and I'm not like the most, I don't have that much knowledge of music, to be honest. Like, I just kind of wing it. So I couldn't tell her what to do that quickly. And I didn't have it written down because she had it written down, and I sort of just assumed that she would practice and know what she had to do on the day off. But again, that might have been my fault. Like, I shouldn't have assumed that. I should have, you know, I'm responsible for my band. I need to know that they know what to do, you know? I don't know. That might have been my responsibility. Like, I'm not blaming her. The drummer was his responsibility. Like, that wasn't my fault at all. I couldn't have seen that coming. That really wasn't my fault. But then my background sing people, they also didn't know what to do, which again might have been my fault, but it was kind of a disaster. So at that point I had an entire band that didn't know what to do, and we had like 5 hours left before we had to perform, and I did not know what to do, so I decided to scrap everything I had. I was the one playing guitar, so that was at least I had that. So I could have performed on my own if I really wanted to, but again, I kind of wanted a band because it's like the final thing. So I asked some different people. I still kept the new drummer, and I made him do some different stuff. And I basically got rid of everyone in my band, replaced them with different people. I felt sorry about it, but then again, they didn't really know what to do, so it might have been just a relief that they didn't have to like wing it at the performance. And in 1 hour, I changed up the entire thing and pretty much had a solid performance that night, and I was really happy about it, like seriously. The way it went was really good. There was like one thing that didn't go great, but I had to change up my song because there was parts in it that I couldn't do anymore, so I had to change up my song. I just changed up everything, and we had about like half an hour to an hour to do the entire thing, and it was the only time we rehearsed. We rehearsed a little bit more in like the whole way. We never did a sound check, so that was great too. And I just kind of asked them to help me out, and they were great. So I don't think they're listening to this, but if you are, thank you so much for saving my life, basically. And I was really happy about it. But then a couple of weeks after, I got my grade, and it was basically the lowest grade from every single person in my class. I had like one of the lowest, which didn't make sense to me. Like, I don't want to be rude, but I had a lot of songwriting experience, and most people really didn't, so it didn't seem right to me. And I guess you could say that the band disaster was my responsibility, and maybe I got a really low grade because of that. But then again, I did fix it, and it might have been not his taste, but it was pretty good. So, like, the way it turned out was actually kind of good. for the circumstances. So I was really, really confused. So I went up to my teacher and I was like, how did she get to this grade? And it was pretty low. Like, it was just about enough to pass, which is ridiculous because it was literally it was the lowest grade I had gotten for music in the entire 6 years that I took music. And this was supposed to be like the thing I was best at, so I was really down about it, and I just kind of confused. So the first thing that happened was we also had a second thing that we were graded on, and that was a choir thing, and everything was like recorded, and basically I was standing in the last row, and I'm not that tall. And he couldn't see me in the recording, so he just assumed that I wasn't there, which makes no sense because there were more people that like were invisible in the group in like the recording and in the video, and none of them had the same problem, but somehow he assumed that I wasn't there, which makes no sense because I really was there. Like, I don't know, I knew my parts. I think I did a pretty good job. And I don't know, like, I even had like a solo part at one point, and he still assumed that I wasn't there. I don't understand how that happened, but he basically gave me a really low grade because of that, which makes no sense. So that was the first part. So then my grade went up a couple of points, but still for me that was a really low grade. It wasn't the lowest from the entire class, so I guess it kind of, I don't know, he didn't like it apparently. And then he basically told me that he didn't understand what my song was about, and that he helped me responsible for what happened to my band. And I guess he didn't like it that much. He didn't understand my lyrics, and yeah, so I still got a really, really low grade, even though I tried to fix it so badly. And I mean, the thing that I guess if he didn't understand it, that's okay, but he put so much effort into every single person to try and understand what their song was about, and he never ever asked me what my song was about. So if he didn't understand, like, before I even put my band together, I played the entire song for him, and he never asked me, oh, I'm kind of confused, what is this about? He never said anything about that. Then I played it for him like 3 times more after that, and I kept asking, like, is everything okay? Is this good? Do you have any, like, advice for me? Is there anything you would like to see change? And he just said nothing. He said absolutely nothing until it was too late. Like, if he didn't understand my song, I could have chosen another one, I could have explained it to him, I could have changed up the lyrics, but he never said anything about it, and then I just got a really low grade. Which is awful, because I'm trying to get into music school, so getting my entire grade down, because this was the one that was, like, the most important, is really important. Like, that's a big deal to me. Like, those schools are going to see that, and are going to be like, wait, you want to get into a songwriting thing and your lowest grade was the songwriting assignment? Like, they're going to, it might be a possibility that they're going to reject me. Wait, is that the right thing to say? I don't know. Not accept me into the school just because of that. Which, I don't know. I'm just kind of upset that he didn't say anything. Like, it's his opinion, and he's the teacher. He can give me whatever grade he wants to. Like, that's his right. But I would have really liked it if he said something. I don't know. It was quite a disaster. And I was really down about it for a really long time. Like, I didn't write any songs because I felt like I was awful at it. And yeah. So that actually did have quite an impact on me. Anyway, that's sort of the disaster story for today. I hope I told it decently. I always feel like my stories are like all over the place and no one understands what was actually going on. But back to the build for a second, because I'm already done with the story. I really like how this turned out. It's not like exactly like Tangled, like I said, but I feel like it sort of has that feeling. There's definitely like a water place in the movie because she like puts her feet in the water and everything, so I wanted to recreate that. Lots of flowers. I made it in like, I built it in the most deserted lot that there is, pretty much. It's really small and it's like in the middle of the woods with like lots of water around it, just to give more like give off a vibe. What am I saying anymore? I don't know, I'm so sorry. to give it like more of a vibe of it being all alone in the woods. And I guess that's basically it. I did lots of like little towers. It's not exactly the shape that the build, like the tower has, but I'm really happy how it turned out, and I think it's definitely Tangled inspired, and I'm going to be doing more of these, so let me know in the comments which one you want to see next. And that's basically it for this video, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!